Beautiful people, let's fight. Yep. Let's fight, guys. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. We trust that you guys have had a fantastic day. Trust that you guys are going great. Trust that all is well at your end. Couldn't ask for a better day. Couldn't ask for a better audience than each and every one of you. Pace and power, boots on the ground, folks. You know how it is. We hope that you guys put in the work today. You didn't rob your employer. You didn't rob your teacher. You didn't rob whichever institution. You might be attached to. Pace and power. As always, guys, boots on the ground. You all know we ain't backing down. You all know we're not backing down, folks. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight, guys. Welcome to the ring to each and every one of you. Pace and power. We're on there. God to see each and every one of you. Welcome to it, guys. Welcome. Just you guys are good. Just you guys are having a fantastic time. Just you guys are well. Pace and power. Pace and power, my people. I gotta watch how I'm sitting tonight. Don't want to expose myself by any means, but good to have each and every one of you here. We are so glad that you guys came out tonight, whether it's Samuel Jilts, it's Roxanne Odessa, it's Linda Booker, it's Joylyn Cook, Owen Dawn, Shannon David Edwards, Cassandra Keeler, even Rami, good to see you. Joylyn again is here. Good to have all of you. Kelvin Allen, we see you poor people coming up ringside tonight. Polly and Schultz and all you other really fantastic guys. We trust that you guys are well. Coming up, guys, we're going to be talking with Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipaul. Yep. The wayward friend, the prodigal son. He's going to be stopping by. He is going to be stopping by to talk to us about a couple of issues. Looking forward to our conversation together, folks. Share the damn live stream, guys, and smash that emoji button. We are so happy you guys are here with us, and we hope you guys are happy to be here as well. Yvette Gordon and Flora Jacobs-Swar, Roxanne Odessa Jacobs, and Sheena Hazel, Kalena Rattles. Good to have each and every one of you here. Diane Fordyce, how about you? Tanya Cummins, good to see you there, Tanya. Good to see Sheena Hazel as well, and Doreen Beckles. Good to see David Wood and Dorica Ferguson, guys, Ann Singh and Kalena Rattles, Samuel Jilts, Amanda Daniels. Couldn't be the kind of program it is without you beautiful, peace-loving, uncontroversial, good-natured people, effervescent, sprightly. Good to have you guys here. Shauna Fortune, how are you doing, Shauna? Good to see you. Andrew Griffith and Bella Mona, all of you fantastic, beautiful folks. Welcome in the ring, guys. We trust that you guys are great. Folks, there's a flu out there moving around. Be careful. Your boy not 100% tonight, but we still worrying. We still outside, Canada Runners. Dennis Booker, Aspen Schultz, and Sugar Bob. We still outside fighting forward, folks. Leon Logan and all you fantastic, lovely people. Emily Duran. Folks, share the light. Smash that emoji button. Savitri Zal. Good to have you guys. Whatever you need to do to protect yourself of that nasty flu out there, please do that. We are fired up already, guys. Ready to go. Ready to talk to you about a couple of issues. Ready to have your feedback. Good to have you, Kesh Sharma. Big up. Gail Alicock. And I see Julianne Williams, to be specific. Heaven Faith is here as well. Maria Niles and Penelope Howard. Jean Williams, not to be left out. Leonard Scott, Altia Lane, and Randy saying, guys, good to have you. Wherever you're joining us from, whatever platform, whatever medium, we are so tremendously privileged. Guys. Each and every one of you are here. Ian Williams, Martin, Rowena Cummins, and all the other guys. We are so happy. Melissa McLennan, welcome. Heaven Faith, welcome. Warren Figueres joining us, not from a Long Island, Strong Island. Good to have you, Warren. I see Chevron McDonald's telling us I share. Folks, I'm happy that you guys don't have to be prodded, that you guys don't have to be pushed, that you guys don't have to be provoked to share the live stream, guys, and smash that emoji button as well, so that others get credible and valid information, valid and credible, guys. Pace and power, boots on the ground. If I sung a little off, if I look a little off, is it thing, folks? Is it thing? That nasty flu. Well, try your best, please and thank you. Try your best, folks. Try your best not to have it. So stock up on whatever you need to stock up on. Talk to your GP, talk to your general practitioner, talk to your doctor, folks. Insulate yourself. It's nasty and terrible. Yep. Good to have you guys here nonetheless. Share the like. Smash that emoji button, folks. Bridget Ann, good to see you. Mayburn King, not to be left out. Jason Robertson, we see you there as well. Emily and Sugar. Redmond Alexis, how are you? Good to see you. And Alicia Modilal, I see Richard Fordyce is here as well. And Paul Dianjo. Faith Goldberry, good to see you. And Gwen Anderson. Folks, we love having you here, of course. You know you guys make the programs where they are. Share live stream. Smash that button already, guys. Dennis Booker, have you rock and come in to share the live? Devon and Austin, have you shared the live, Devon? Good to have you. Renald Warrell, what about you? And Joylyn Cook, Candy and Dajit, you come late tonight. We watching you. Henry Irvan, good to see you. Elizabeth Narain, great to see you as well. I see you off tonight. I'm happy about that. Good to see you, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Rock and come in. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. Facebook user Garcia. Is it Garcia Husbands? Good to see you. Is it Garcia's husband or is Garcia husband? Is it a name? Is it a long one as you see him? Good to have you. Mark. June Peters, how about you guys? We are so fascinated. So many of you have shown up here. Guys, Mark McMain, we see you there. Audrey Bob, we see you as well. Glenford Gordon, we see you there too. Cecile Ogle and all the other fantastic, lovely folks like Robert Solomon. Good to have you here. Valerie Archibald, what about you? Junior Gibbs, good to have you too. And Glenford Gordon. Pace and power, guys. Ian Adams, good to see. Patricia Kissoon, we're so happy you guys are here. Trust you guys have had a fantastic day. Did you, folks? Did you know? Did you work for the salary? Did you work for the pay? Did you work for the wages? We are so happy, guys. Continue to give up your best. Folks, tomorrow is the 15th day of June. Half the month has gone by. Whatever you're going after, dreams, hopes, aspiration, plans and goals, pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Welcome to all of us. Beautiful people. Nice to see you guys. Trust that you folks are well, guys. Aspen Schultz, we see you. Diane Graves, Andy, Alan Devon Van Veen. How have you been? Good to see you. Good to see all the other folks who are joining us, like Michelle Dalton, folks like Isabella Butcher. Isabella, good to have you here. Sorry, missed your call the other day. Pamela Stoll, good to see you as well. And Steve Esteban West, good to have you aboard, folks. Are you guys ready? Pace and power. Gayla Ali Cox, say hello to his sister for us. And Patricia, Lisa Yahweh, good to see you. All the other guys, Volmer Wilson, Kurt Heineken. Kurt, how you doing? Welcome. Pace and power, guys. Boots on the ground. We backing down or not? No backing down. Fight to the finish, guys. Junior Gibbs, we see you, Junior. Barbara Ralph is here as well. And Osafa Gerald De Santos is here too. Good to have each and every one of you. Heaven Faith, as always. Good to have you, Heaven Faith. Marla Monroe and Nicole Harding, Emily Durant and Patricia Kishun, Denise, Desiree Hollingsworth. Desiree, good to see you, Desiree. I see June Hilkin is here as well. And folks like Hubert Williams, and I see Marla Monroe. Paula Mattis is here too, folks. Don't come wrong with friends. Funny trench crappers and jaguars. Guys, we trust that you are well. Share the live stream. Smash that emoji button, folks. We are about to get set, as we told you guys. Coming up, the one and only Ganesh Mahipaul, the wayward friend, the prodigal son. He's going to be stopping by. The disgusting one. He is going to be stopping by, folks. Rena Cummins and all the other folks. Angela Jordan. Angela, how you doing? So good to see you. Angela, say hello to Huzzy for us. And Lola, John, everybody know. Hey, everybody business, fine. We are cooked today. Good to have you, Sugar Bob, Debbie Apple, and Janet Edwards, guys. We're fired up at our end. We're ready to go, and we trust that you beautiful, lovely folks are the same way, guys. Trust you guys are having a fantastic time. Don't let anybody come along you funny. Don't let anybody steal your joy, folks. We know, folks, we know. We be merry and joy for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. Hold on, man. Hold straight. A change is going to come, folks. A change is going to come. I was born by the river in a little tent, folks. Ever since that day, I've been running. Hope you know the things. And say, great to see you. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you guys. Wherever from around the world, you lovely, beautiful folks are joining us from. It's our tremendous privilege to have you guys here with us to spend the next couple of minutes with us. And guys, you know, we don't take it lightly at all. Sharon Castillo Edwards, I see you there. Dada Cameron, good to see you folks, and all the other guys who are joining us. Whether you're a Trench Capo, a Jagabat, Tadpole, or cricketer, welcome in the ring. We've always said that. All are welcome in the ring, guys, and we are ready to have a go at it. Where do we start from? We beg. That's why I want to let some people know, but we ain't tingish. It's not everybody, you know. It's not everybody say so. It's just a few. We beg. Kizzy, Cornelius King, can you say that? We beg. We Pagley, we beg and we get sense. Kurt Heidekin, that's what I want some of them boys to know, you know. We beg. So don't come and pull the wool over the eyes. We sharp like that, smart and sharp. Jordan Cook, Alicia Motilal, tell them we beg. We ain't stupid, man. Don't come around with funny. Dakota Daniels, good to have you. We beg. But we ain't stupid. And that was what Hakeem Jeffries was telling the PPPC. The wealth of this country is for everyone. Stop the racism. The national patrimony, Barbara Ralph, belongs to all of us. Millicent Rice, that's some people. Is that a group, a clique, a cabal? Belongs to all the people of Guyana. And Hakeem Jeffries, congressman from the USA, high-ranking official from the United States, made these comments quite recently. He was addressing Guyana Day 2022. And he said, this installed regime must have some respect for the Guyanese people. That's what the fella said. And distribute Guyana's wealth, Guyana's patrimony, with equality, with equity, with fairness. It's not a PPP money. The money belongs to all of us, and sing you chillin'. We begging. You know we got we age. We looking good because we keep going. We don't go out in too much night show and so on. June Cameron, we beg. Hakeem Jeffries told them, we will not tolerate racism down in Guyana. So happy about that. And he pledged to continue working with us until the scourge of racism is exercised from these shores. We beg Guanella, Hakeem Jeffries and stupid. You understand that these people receive their briefings about what's happening locally? You understand that? And then we got good folks like Rickford Burt. You can keep reminding them about the Jagabats, the Trench Capos, Tadpoles, cricketers. He's going to keep reminding them what they're doing to this country. And Hakeem Jeffries again said, it belongs to all of us, not just some. All of us. The rising tide. Carlisle Madu, Shanette Barnes, Deshaun Alexander, Ron Lewis, the rising tide, Volney Wilson, must float all boats. But only some boats in this installed regime are being floated. It's wickedness. That's what it is. And again, respect and manners to Hakeem Jeffries. We will not tolerate racism down in Guyana. We're anti-racism. We will not. Who vex? The truth hurts. Guyana Spectator. The truth hurts. So don't come wrong with funny. Moving on to fight, Kirk. Signs of the times. Everywhere you look. Francia Fraser. Quanamingo. Volney. Good to see you. Valerie Archibald. Welcome. Alicia Motila. Sharon Ben. Everywhere you turn. Everywhere you look. Signs of the times. If only you have eyes to see. If only, folks. We had a vision. You'd see it all along you. Signs of the times. That is what we saw. And thought about when we see students at my alma mater, Richard Ishmael Secondary in Wolford Avenue there, being checked for weapons. Folks, when I went to this lovely school, you don't even cross your mind to carry a razor blade. Much more nail file or nail clip. Now our students' bags are being checked for guns and ammunition, machetes and cutlass and knives. Signs in the times, is it? Father gonna come for you all anytime now? Oh boy. Trouble all around us, folks. Signs of the times. Signs of the times. And you know what has become a cliche? You remember you used to say, at least we thought about it, and if we had young people going to school in the country, oh, they were going to come out all right and always going to be well because they don't have the kinds of distractions. Tongue cheering get, well, I'll stop it. Stop that. Signs of the times, folks, all around us. And that is what we saw. Coming out from a school in Skeldon. Right? Coming out from a school in Skeldon where we saw two young women fighting each other. Students belonging to Skeldon Line Park Secondary School. What a thing! What a thing! Yeah, we should say the country schools, country girls are quiet. They head down and they're studying and so forth. None of them shine-eye tongue girls. No. There used to be the stereotype. Right? See to tell sabotage, fight you! And there they were, you know, one of the students' father, he's asking for more security at the schools. More security to prevent this kind of student-on-student violence we're seeing. But if we got to put police and soldiers at Line Park Secondary, what we got to do in the city? We got to call out the reserves and ask for some backup from Uncle Sam or somebody closer, Mia perhaps. You know? So shame on the students there, Line Park Secondary. And wherever else the fight is, like the whole world has gone mad. And the whole school system turned upside down. One of the best, and Martin, Pablo Ralph, the whole system. Then boy says the things. Some people says the blackboard, the jumpy bird sends the lanny down. 3,000 pounds of misery. Other folks says the things. Whole country gone mad. Line Park Secondary School, them girls fighting. Fighting over Rats Paul. Folks, we gotta do different. We, the adults, we gotta fight for the kids, fight for their future. Don't give up on them so soon. And even though we say shame on the students there of Line Park Secondary, we're gonna work with them, make sure they come right. Right. So Priya, your name calling tonight, girl. Priya, come on, girl. Your name calling. Your name is calling. Place and power, guys. Like I mentioned, play too quick. Jagabats, trench crappos, tadpoles, cricketers, jumpy birds, scarecrows, carrion crows, tapeworm, hookworm. It's the whole animal farm, but only for the catfish. Don't live for the catfish at all. You'd be sadly mistaken if you did. You would be sadly mistaken. Folks, I saw an article today. Roxanne Allen, Sophie Graham, Joan Clark, Chinsing Henry, Millicent Ross, Lilith Farrier. A whole article about this next story here. Irfan met with the leadership of Gaisuko today. A lot of them pack up by State House. Met with the leadership. One thing came out of that meeting. I saw a whole dissertation. It cannot be business as usual at Gaisuko. That was Irfan's word to leadership. That's what he called him from the far-flung areas of this country. It cannot be business as usual. There's one paragraph. The 99 other paragraphs that made up the dissertation, the 99 other paragraphs was looking back. What APNU did They ain't talking about the failed promises, Samoa Williams, Alison Hardy. They ain't talking about the failed promises, and Beverly. Chop to close the estates, but y'all promised to open them back. We said we right sizing, but what sizing y'all doing? 2 years later, Qualamingo, nothing will happen in June Hilkin. All the promises have failed. So that's all I saw. In 100 paragraph dissertation trying to pass for an article. First paragraph, it cannot be business as usual, and rightly so. But then people are listening to Irfan. They don't want to hear him, much more to see him. So that's what's happening there, folks. That's all, you know. 99 paragraphs, looking back, reversing into the future. What happened you did, and what happened you did, what happened you did. And you all got all the money in the world more than the last administration had. What are you doing with it? What are you guys doing with it besides making a whole set of excuses? They promised to make sugar great again, but look how it's going. The first crop tells a bitter story about sugar. These jagabats and trench crappers, catfish, Papa Jagabat, catpers and cricketers, they promised us at the Ifrit estate. What story now? 4,295 metric tons of sugar they're going to produce with this first crop. Well, they produce 66. 66. But remember at Ifrit, right? If the mark says 100 and you get 10, you pass. At Ifrit. So for them, the pass say, you know, they say, oh, sugar coming back. The CEO is quoted as saying in 4 years we can bring sugar back. Ifrit, from producing 4,295, only produced 66 tons. Albion, that great sugar state, promised us 9,078 metric tons. Only produced 7,488. Look how they're making sugar great again. We understand the numbers, folks. So they can come and try to razzle-dazzle with the propaganda. You know, if you can baffle them with brilliance, you dazzle them with the other thing. The excrement. Those are their numbers. Well, if that's how you make sugar great again, I want to know how you make it collapse. So you see where the industry going, and you know of the billions they have poured into the sugar industry, guys, at the expense of you and I. At the expense of giving public servants a raise in pay. At the expense of fixing your roads, knowing the thing is a black hole. Right? But they like big holes. Like the good bishop. They love big holes. It's a black hole, a big black hole, sucking up all that money. But we want to fight crime, guys. You know, things get intense now. Used to be, folks. You go by your girlfriend, you could carry little chocolate and so, little ice cream and drink. Well, things now shaving down drastically. You know? And if the current trends hold, you can just be carrying the box just now. There's only the box you can carry. Say, girl, I had, it's the thought that counts. Take the KFC box. That's where you're heading, you know. Who's sharing the live? Patricia Kissoon. Just now, it's only the box you can carry. Say, girl, it's the thought, you know, it's the thought. We saw one man on Facebook trying to grapple with the high cost of living. He seemed to be downsizing. Hope them boys watching, give you a hand. Because look what he said. Influencer, historian. Man for all season. One last thing, he says fish and chips. Just get scratch off the list, 1,600. Now man. 1,600 for fish and chips. All I want is if you could pay in installments. That's all I want to know. Junior Gibbs, you can pay for this fish and chips in installments. Spurley, Ansing, Valder Robinson, Dan Graves, Andy. Can we pay for this fish and chips by installments? I'm sure we can work out a plan. I see June Daniels encouraging you all. June Daniels Buchanan, share the damn light. Listen to the woman of wisdom, the man. Listen to a woman of wisdom. Ladies will ask, uncle come by and you get a little chocolate a little ice cream, things rough. See with us now. See with us. We know you're got some Epicurean taste. Your palate rich for the good stuff, for the finer things in life. But see with we. One fish and chips is $16 a box. It's either installment or we can take half box. And if you get, you own prayer with a big appetite, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You got to pound the car or something like that, because this thing here, nothing regular. Fish and chips. I see somebody say there needs a payment plan. I agree. 1,600. I didn't see 1,600 in one place in a long time. Things tight. The man see he gotta pass on that. So don't expect fish and chips anytime soon, folks. Please and thank you. High cost of living. Frank name calling. Frank Anthony. You understand why we move a no confidence motion against Frank Anthony? 2 more dead from COVID-19, folks. 2 more dead from COVID-19. Daphne Joseph Lee, Irvin Donko, Christine Figueroa, 2 more dead. 83 more infection. This is why we lift all the precautions. This is what happens when you lift all the protocols. And I ain't talking about Ratty Gang. Right? I ain't talking about Molly Pop, 100 strap. We ain't talking about that. 2 new deaths, folks. 83 more infections. We getting better, we getting worse. I find like them boys even stop issuing the stats. You getting it? Far in between. David, what? You ought to take care of yourself out there, Folks, COVID-19 is real as can be. Take the vaccines. Don't let me wrong. Take your booster shot if need be. And let me go on the road and stay for a long time. I beg you all, Junior Gibbs. Rita Cummins and Deborah Celia, I beg you all, take the little vaccine. And let me go on the road. Right? Take the little vaccine. And from the looks of some of you all sit down. And all the insides outside, you all need the vaccine. You all need help. So 2 more COVID deaths. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 83 new cases. Come on, PPP, pick up the pace. How it going? We should have a lot of things start. This is how one of them going tonight. The young man who killed Miriam Edwards, beautiful young lady, cook somewhere in the interior there, who led police to her body. He was charged today. And very shortly, he will have his day in court. If you can do the time, don't do the crime. Let the people get a child alone now. You're on course. You're on bad lucky. Take your time, peel your pine, work for what you want. You want a woman, but you're walking no way. You ain't got no payday. You think you're so. I wish you luck. Let the people get a child alone. So he's alleged to have killed this young woman, Miriam Edwards, and let police investigate his body. He was charged today. As we get more information on that, folks, as we gather more information on that, we're going to share it with you. Beautiful young lady. She didn't reach the prime minister life. She's gone. Life has become too cheap in this here country. Much, much too cheap, folks. Let me go down the road, share the live. Smash the emoji button, guys. Let me go down. How often do we tell you guys? It's not a real place. The late great poet Martin Carter, the best we've ever produced. Martin Wild Carter. He's a Guyana, is another country. It's a civilized plantation. Every day I live. Watching the signs of the times, the trench capos, the jagabats, the jumbie. I tend to agree with Martin. And yesterday, if memory serves me correct, was his death anniversary. And we're thankful for his life and his times. Guyana, he says, is not a country. but a civilized plantation. But who is the HNIC? Who is the master? Again, it's not a real place. Could you imagine in school? You're going to pick up your child, your children, and the teacher say, hey, you, if you haven't paid for this child project, you can't get a grade. You'd be surprised what the project is. GDP, 45%. Oh, looking beautiful, fat and rosy and shapely, salacious, seductive. But in reality, we catch a tail in this country. You know what is the project at Grove Nursery School that this child won't get grades for? Diamond rather, Nursery. It's the old eyes, folks. Diamond Nursery. You know what's the project? The project is to buy an AC for the headmistress' office. And a parent claims, alleges to have been accosted by a teacher who said, you ain't gonna stamp up. Eh? What kind of cheapskate is you? I feel like it's me she's talking to, really and truly. I feel attacked. I can't lie. You're a cheapskate. But I said, don't come around me funny. You don't know me like that. But here's what the parent said. According to the report we saw out there, percolating, brewing, and circulating. Here is the report we saw, folks. And what it said. Things real tight in this country, folks. My Lord, sometimes you're just above being ashamed of this whole place. Here the parent says, apparently a child getting a grade in Diamond Nursery School is directly attached to the parent donating money now. I pick up a child from school about an hour ago, and the teacher from her class came out to speak to me. She said to me that my wife had refused to pay a contribution towards a project, and I asked if I would be willing to pay. I told her if my wife refused to contribute, then she must have a good reason. The man know your wife. The man know your wife. The teacher went on to say that every child is expected to contribute. I asked her if it was an obligation. She said it was an obligation. My response was, so it's not an obligation? She said rather, it should be an obligation. So my response was, should it not be an obligation? She bantered around answering the question quite a few times. My wife had informed me weeks ago that the project was an air conditioning unit for the headmistress of the school. Right? For the headmistress of the school. So I asked the teacher, if the project was to benefit my child, or any child at the school, she could not answer, but instead stated that if the contribution was not made, then my child would not get a grade for the project. That shocked me. It shocked me to as I me child. I ended the conversation by saying, if my wife said no, then it's no. You see? Then a fellow will have a long marriage. If my wife says no, it's no. This AC benefiting a child, and if you don't contribute, you don't expect a grade for this assignment. It's a fundraising assignment, I would figure. You get a little grade and so on. You think this country easy? And then boys and girls in time with all the roads they're building, shore base, mowing down the mangrove. But these stories will never meet damn PI, DPI. These stories will never meet the Conticle. Never meet NCN, because they over that side want to paint a picture all is nice and rosy. Peace and love and unity, one Guyana. Now, sir, you gotta pay money at this school here before your child get the grade. Don't come wrong, Miss Funny, at Diamond Nursery School. Don't come wrong, Miss Funny. I beg you all, we're moving on, folks. Onward we go. Onward we go. Yes, more salacious. Fires on the PPP, guys, just today, fires of the PPP. Just today, guys. GPL. Oh, Father. GPL need a good prayer service. a good Thanksgiving to drive out. We have a strong man in there. Who's sharing it live? Women there to drive it out, Barbara Ralph. We got to drive it out. Right? So a fire was reported there. We were told that the fire service responded promptly and averted what could have escalated into major fire. Could have escalated into a major fire. Right? Could have escalated into a major fire. But we're thankful it did not. Because the guys responded promptly. The guys responded promptly. Right? That's what the guys did. They responded promptly. And we're happy for that. Fires and the people every day, you know. If you don't know yourself in this place, you'll get caught up. Fire starters. Them boys. And not the good ones. Fire Nation. But don't come and be funny. Folks, apologies there. Making sure that we're on the right places. Pace and power, guys. Boots on the ground. That's how it went down by GPL. Pace and power, though. Pace and power. Strawberry Norton. Pace and power. You don't think this country is easy? Now, Mr. Norton, on this issue of Mr. Bacchus's killing, Quindon Bacchus. Mr. Norton said just today in the People's National Congress Reforms press conference, he said there must be a criminal investigation into this matter and the perpetrators of this crime must face the full force of the law. Sign Aubrey Norton. I tend to agree with him. Good people of this country. Right? Let there be an investigation. Whether the guy was doing X or he was doing Y, let there be an investigation. Please and thank you. Rule of law. You see them boys is talk about it. But the reality of it is quite different. The reality, ladies and gentlemen, is quite different. I hasten on. Because you know they say story got three sides. Me side, you side, and the side we didn't hear about yet. And so today we heard about an accomplice one. A man who says he was there when it all went down. We even got some audio from a phone with a conversation. Ganesh knows this all too well. A story got three sides. Me side, you side, and the truth. Then people said, me side, you side, and the side we hear about yet. And so we want you to hear some of what we heard. But it shouldn't be okay to shoot down somebody in this manner. Shots to the back, shots to the head. We spoke with Quindon Bacchus's cousin just today, and she was describing for us some of what they heard went down. Now here's a fella, accomplice one, who tells us he was there when it went down. Take a look, take a listen.
You understand what going on there, Champo? Yeah, Daisy man always go on rapid. If you want R2, I'll take off 50 and give them for 700. You understand? This is the best I could do. I can't do better than that car. Remember, not me alone is gonna get money from them things. My brethren just bring them down and I sell them. Well, you gotta make up your mind and tell me where you is it. You gotta get like go and bring it out from in the stash one thing. Just make up your mind and let me know if it's all two you want or one you want, so I could go and bring them out to the stash one time. Alright, good. Well, when everything conform, you just call me, let me know, and I gonna go and get them close by. So since you already just linked me. Yeah, alright, good. Good, I them out, man. Anything like this.
You know, store, just, I don't know, waste 2 years.
Oh.
No, it's a new phone, everything new, so you know, store, you know, number. No number store. So, how you call me back?
No, when you guys see on WhatsApp and you know your number, but I just have.
I check the phone if you can give me the number.
When you WhatsApp and you want to see
666 number.
666.
Huh?
Something like 666 started.
Six. Is it?
666
Since Tuesday, last time.
So how you call it today? Straight or?
I can't tell when I meet for the market and you want to see me just having a job me know.
So hold on, champ. Don't rush this process. How you get? Who call you?
Nobody call me, come for me mother. He went and do work for me mother.
Yeah.
And I come back and I'm tell me he looking for me long or something to get a job.
Why bedroom tell you he looking for you?
Yeah, he tell me he looking for me. So after I think it just good and I give the job.
Give the job. Good. Alright.
Then the whole
We think for the job. You link up with it. You can give a job. Where job he?
Job by the scheme. The bridge went now for go across it. Because they did for going the scheme.
Which scheme?
Washington scheme.
Yeah.
Can I go back to you? Then we go cross the bridge. They pick you back right before you get you and you go cross the bridge. That's how we go around there. Then when I see the gun, I ask.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Well, after when I go around by the town of me by the department, then if I like dead me more than everybody then I notice that
hey, Champo, I want nobody dead for you, cause sorry for you fucking bad.
Sorry about
Tap. You see gun, where you see this gun?
And after you go around the town, then I notice me man say, hey, it's a gun you're gonna say. I said, but to be honest, I said, but you serious? Man said, but young man, I said, alright, go be done the.
Who call the gun?
A silver.
You can see the gun, you could identify it?
Yeah, silver, the same one with them, get the
Which
same
one?
one. I will listen to that. After you give me the gun, after you go around, I say, what? What are you really doing with it? Keep it. Go back to the car and he come back to me. And then we make one thing and go back to the car. Tell him nobody gun.
So, when you go back to the car, what happened?
Then the whole scene happened.
What scene happened?
The man come out and the whole flick.
Whoa, talk, man.
Wow, the man come out. After the man when we go in the car, we go in the car with the gun. The same silver gun. And they're the one them collect for me. I know but no matter one.
Collect from who?
Same one he collect for me and go in the car with. The same silver.
Me collect for you?
The same silver one. They didn't mean no what no matter else.
Yeah, so after the war happened, man, don't
A man jump up from the back seat.
those different.
He don't pick up and run and see him. Somebody they running behind him.
Somebody
He don't pick up after him.
when the person running behind me, you hear shots firing?
Point shots flying all the time. Point. So you can't. I don't get me here don't
Shots
shots.
firing from all angles.
I shot don't tell me don't really. I just put on me here. You know nothing else.
Alright, buddy, Champo, alright. Shots firing from all
So,
fucking
when
angles.
you run out the
So you
car,
can't-
you had the gun in your hand.
Huh?
When your friend run out the car, you had the gun in your hand.
Buy the same silver gun. I don't know.
He had it in
Yeah,
your hand. He had it in your hand. When
I
you
give
run,
you it. Indeed, you had it.
when you run away from the police, when you run out
Yeah,
the car, you had the gun in your hand.
I give it, y'all see, yeah. After the big flick, I don't know nothing else. After me head down, I tell you to be honest, I know nothing else. After me head down, not indeed I had the gun here, but if I know the running, me head down.
Yep. More in the matter than on the pistol, folks. More in the matter than on the pistol. We're coming down quickly because we have our guests, folks. This is a fella from Region 2, and he's a legend. Racial discrimination at the Region 2 Democratic Council. Ganesh can talk to us a little bit about this. He said there is racial discrimination and corruption. The town council corrupt. Big Uncle says, he said corrupt. That's what the fella tell us. Take a listen for yourself.
The previous RU, right, to do the road for me. No letter right to Mr. Jaikaran, or nothing non-minister answer for me. He said, okay, he fixed the road, just now. Just now. Help me repeat that. No, nothing. Me got. Mr. Jaikaran do the road like this. This is the road. See where the RU, the vice, the RU, the office here, this is the office where they are in. And this is the road what the man bill. Good.
Where this road supposed to be?
The road about straight on in
The
market.
market. So they put something in the
They block the vice chairman said if them block the road and live on the road and this chapter extend property, the yard on the road. The vice chairman. This one by them build the culvert. This one man destroy the culvert.
Or they destroy the culvert.
Yes, the vice chairman and DNI engineer send the man. You keep them documents, so we can move. This one by them in a work on the culvert. And this one will carry this one and show you just hold this. This one the road lead to this major road here. And this one here is the same major road. Good. Now after when we build this culvert, because there are documents in there. This one me finally we come and me make promise to finally in the boardroom first time we get in the office. First time we get in the office. Yes. First time he come on Escubo. And he say he can't handle it. He said me could handle it. Good. This one he comes to give me the contract to build the culvert. Permission. This is agreement that what the contract that for the council office.
So you get the permission
Yes.
to build the start to build
Yes.
the culvert.
This is the plan what Mr. Rutherford give you. See 40 feet down, you check it. You must carry those documents. Hold this on. When this culvert completely built,
You build it.
me build the culvert complete with me money, not the government money. Good. Before the culvert completely built, the second day, a 4 Negro man built this culvert over Henrietta. They stopped the man and second day when me come. I was in Georgetown. They buy the call me and tell me the cabinet come, Escubo cabinet come and stop them. Me gone the other day, and when me gone the other day, to the man, I meet the vice chairman and the DNI engineer in the room. And ask the man, why you stop me at documents? The man turned and tell me that he didn't see nobody else to build the culvert. That's why black man was built. And I blamed the door because me flipping money. Not government or infernally money or Jagdeo money. It's me money build the culvert. And we head and gone over the mayor. When we went to the mayor called...
Yep. That is a contractor folks from in Region 2. Letting the leader of the opposition, Mr. Aubrey Norton, know on a recent walkabout, a recent outreach in Region 2. What is happening there? Can you imagine that? That's the country we live in. Folks, I'm privileged to have with me this evening, the one and only. I told you guys, the wayward friend, the prodigal son. Yes, come back. Ganesh Mahipaul. Ganesh, how are you doing? Welcome. A very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Sharon.
Ganesh, I am good too. Makes sense of what's happening in this country for us. Makes sense.
Well, I don't know how to make sense with what is happening because people would have thought that, you know, with this boom in the oil and gas sector and all of these billions of dollars that are coming in to our country, that at least the poor people, the vulnerable, the less fortunate, they would have been able to lift themselves out of the nightmare they find themselves in.
Yeah.
But clearly we're not seeing that. We are seeing cost of living skyrocketing, and it's almost becoming very, very difficult for even the rich to survive in this country. So we can only imagine what the poor folks like yourself and myself and the other persons who are way less fortunate, what is it that they are going through. And to make sense out of what is happening is perhaps one of the most difficult tasks at hand. Not only is cost of living out of control, but you have an uncaring government.
Yeah.
A government that is gallivanting across the country, making promises. And then when it comes to put it into action, a number of people are being disenfranchised and treated as though they don't exist. And then you have these kind of racial slurs and racial criteria before you can actually benefit from something that is meager. And then you also have the discrimination at the level of the regional bodies and the NDCs. I don't understand why is it that this government is tolerating that kind of behavior in this country right now when we're supposed to be championing, as Irfan would say, one Guyana. But you know, regardless of whether it was one people, one nation, one destiny, or this one Guyana sham that we're told, baffles me to know how we can come to these kind of concepts in theory, but our practice differs significantly from what we want people to believe that we believe in. And you know, I wouldn't hasten to say that the People's Progressive Party have said on numerous occasions that this one people, one nation, one destiny was Robeson Ben's father's motto, if I may use it that way, motto for one people, one destiny. And here you have now Robeson Ben's own president, Robeson
Dash
Ben's
it aside.
installed president, is dashing it aside and basically telling Robeson Ben, look, I don't want anything that your father is associated with. We gonna go with one Guyana. I guess he wants his footprint in the sand also. But Sherrod, it comes back to a point I've been making since 2020, that the government says one thing and they do the other.
Yeah.
They tell you
Yeah.
about one Guyana, they tell you about harmony, they tell you about togetherness, they tell you about inclusivity, they tell you about love and unity. But when it comes to their actions, and when it comes to the manner in which they're executing projects, and when it comes to giving people a cut of the pie, we are seeing something totally different. The COVID cash grant that they had, look at what went on there.
Yeah.
Different communities had different
Yeah.
criteria. You had the farmers grant that suffered during the flooding. Look at
Yeah.
what went on there. There's still a
Correct.
number of farmers in Region 5 and Region 2 that are
Correct.
yet to receive assistance. I know of a farmer that I went personally to Zulfikar Mustafa concerning to date, and that was since 2021. And to date, that farmer cannot be assisted. Then you look at the other grants that have gone out. There's still a number of people that are not getting it. You have the fishermen grant right now on stream. There's no assurance that it will be done in a manner that is very much transparent and accountable. So making sense out of what is happening with this country right now is scary. And if one is to really and truly dive into the operations of this administration,
My
the
Lord.
only conclusion would be to jail all of them.
Yep, yep, yep. Father, answer our prayers. Please and thank you. Answer prayers, Lord. Ganesh, you know, you're talking about contracts there. You're talking about oversight and all of that. You sit as a member of the Public Accounts Committee, one of the most important committees in this country, if not the most important committee. The National Assembly overlooks, supervises the spending, scrutinizes the spending of this installed regime. It brings us to the whole issue of the Public Procurement Commission. The members have been appointed. They only left to swear in, but they're running and ducking from this. Tell this nation, Ganesh, what is the importance of the Public Procurement Commission and why the installed PPP running from swearing in the members? Talk to us about that.
The Public Procurement Commission is a constitutional body established for the purpose of reviewing our procurement system. So they can be able to put measures in place to facilitate transparency and accountability at the highest level. And in order for them to do that, they have to be in place to function. Additionally, the Public Procurement Commission also receive complaints from contractors who believe that they were disenfranchised in one way or another, and the Public Procurement Commission can launch an investigation and remedy the situation. When you look at the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board and how contracts are awarded, and you look at the ministerial tender boards and the regional tender boards, there is a hue and cry for the Public Procurement Commission. Contractors are being favored on the basis of ethnicity. That is a
Wow.
complaint that we have received as members of the opposition.
Wow.
Contractors are being favored on the basis of their religion.
Mhm.
That is another complaint that
Wow.
we have received. And instead of evaluating these contracts as per criteria set out in the bill of quantities, we are seeing something totally different. The Public Procurement Commission is necessary to investigate all of these complaints and to review the procurement system.
Mhm.
You have the Procurement Act of 2003, which is the guiding law when it comes to awarding contracts, and it is clearly stated in the Procurement Act that you must award the contract to the lowest, most responsive bidder. And if, as a tender board, you divert from that, you must provide a reason in
Mhm.
your minutes.
Mhm.
We are yet awaiting to hear what are the reasons why the lowest, most responsive bidders for some projects were not awarded to them.
Consider. Yeah.
And that is
Yeah.
why there is this hue and cry and this clamor for us to have the Public Procurement Commission in place. Now, since the 13th of April,
Wow.
2022, the National Assembly, by way of a unanimous decision, not a decision that attracted 2/3 majority,
Mhm.
not a decision that had 50 yes and 50 no's, not a decision that had 30 yes and 35 no's. It was a decision that had over 60 members of parliament from both sides of the house supporting the swearing in and appointment of these 5 commissioners. The process that they went through was a rigorous process. They had to apply to the Public Accounts Committee. They had to be vetted by the Guyana Police Force. They had to submit their curriculum vitae. They had to satisfy a number of criteria before they were shortlisted and finally selected 5 names. Of the 5 names, the PPP side and us on the opposition, we mutually agreed for these 5 names.
Yeah.
We took it to the National Assembly on the 13th of April 2022, and without any form of animosity or any form of quarrel
Prejudice.
or any form of any form of that, we all said yes, the country needs the Public Procurement Commission. Irfan Ali should have acted on that immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately, because it was given the blessing of all the persons that
Including his party
participated
in the
in
National
the
Assembly.
election.
Yep.
Everybody, and I
Yep.
don't know why is it that he has not done it. But when you look, for example, Sherrod, to this contentious Natural Resource Fund Act that was passed under abnormal circumstances in the National Assembly, that was passed with much anger and was passed under not normal circumstances. We don't even know if it was passed properly because the matter is in court. We don't know if the speaker acted in an unbiased manner.
Yeah.
We don't know
Yeah.
if everything was done normal. The court has to pronounce on it. But Irfan Ali went and assented to that bill and made it law the very next day. And that was something that had the biggest of problems in the National Assembly.
Correct.
But for something that enjoys the support of both sides, for something that has enjoyed the support for both sides,
it's still waiting and languishing.
He can't sway these people.
And Ganesh should.
What is it that he's telling this nation?
Well, we know what, and we coming to that. We coming to that what? You know, they've gone ahead and sworn in the folks for the Natural Resources Fund board. They did so also for the Integrity Commission quite recently, and also for the Police Service Commission. But this commission, the Public Procurement Commission, is still languishing because we believe they want to handpick who gets the contract. Ganesh, I have a fellow who is joining us As a little surprise to you. You may know him. You know, I hope he don't distract us tonight, because when we met him in our formative years as undergraduates at the University of Guyana, where we met him there, he used to be very distracting.
The fact that you said that, I somehow know who you're bringing on there.
He used to be very distracting, especially to the other gender. But that being said, I'm pleased to have with us this evening a man of no mean order who's making quite a name for himself in the legal fraternity. Counsel the one and only attorney at law, Darren Ray. Darren, welcome to the program. You understand these issues as well, Darren. Welcome.
Yes. Good night, my brothers. You know, to a reunion, you know, sometime back we all were on campus together.
Yeah.
And we were fighting against each other.
We acquired a degree, you know, we
Correct.
were educated people. We did not
Correct.
go to the University of Iflot, you know. So,
but that's a beautiful thing, Darren. Counsel, that's a beautiful thing. I know you from campus. Ganesh know me from campus. We all know each other from campus. I don't know if Irfan could pick out the classmates from Iflot University. You know, his batchmates and so on. That's the difference. That's a big difference.
And good night to the listeners.
Darren, we're talking about these big issues here about the Natural Resource Fund and them not, in particular, swearing in the members of the Public Procurement Commission, and what can be the motive. And as I want you to weigh in on that as well, I want you to look and see some of the institutions that have not even yet been treated in this very manner. Look, for instance, at what Kemba Jamilton often talks about, the breaking down of the guardrails of democracy. The Judicial Service Commission has not been even thought of. Who can constitute that? The Public Service Commission, the Teaching Service Commission. They have, as we said, they identified the members of the board of the Natural Resources Fund, and they have installed them as well. But no one knows if the board meets, how do they operate. So we've asterisked that. The Local Content Secretariat is still outstanding. The Petroleum Commission is still outstanding, and they say we got a functioning democracy here. The Police Service Commission, well, that's friends and family. Integrity Commission, that has an asterisk too, because we don't even know if they meet. They were sworn in quite recently, but like they already gone on leave on hiatus. And now we're talking about the Public Procurement Commission and why it is that the members of this commission have not been sworn in and have begun to act. And then we got, what happened to local government elections? That's what we're talking about this evening. Fellas, again, Darren, welcome.
Yes, quite correctly, Mr. Ramjatan mentioned that they are the guardrail of the democracy. What we see is total power and centralized power by the PPP. Mm-hmm. And that is shown by the reluctance for local government election. The local government minister has all the powers, he calls all the shots. And we need to be careful of IMCs, interim management committees. We need to be very careful of those. The reluctance to, as Ganesh, you know, and I was driving the other day, and I was thinking the same thing. Why not have the Procurement Commission, where everyone could be given an equal opportunity, where aggrieved contractors could be able to complain and the issues could be addressed. Everything must be at cabinet level, where your friends and your cronies getting back. You know, Starbrook News did an article and also did an editorial, and Anok also did an article in relation to the PPP performance, where everything is for friends and family.
Yeah.
And when they're treating persons, you know, is everybody Nani, your nenen, your auntie, uncle, Bauji, those are the persons who are benefiting from the PPP administration. When you go to the ministries and you look at all of the persons who are there in key position, you will know there could not be a the Commission for the Public Ganesh. What is called again? The commission that deals with that employs person for the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission.
Correct.
You couldn't, because in order to get a job at the Ministry of Natural Resources, you must be a PPP and close to the government. And Shrud, one of the problem is, quite frankly, and I'm not hitting at you and Ganesh because I know you're an excellent person. The opposition need to be more vigilant and ask questions. there are too many members of parliament from the opposition side of the house that we don't hear about and we don't see. They need to be proactive. There are issues because even Darren Wade, I'm not a member of parliament, but when there's an issue, people say call Darren Wade. And I, because I do for the service, but I'm not part of the formal opposition. But there are too many members in your camp, in the opposition camp, too much of them are backseated. They need to come forward and ask questions. You cannot have everything for Royce Del Ford or Ganesh Mahipaul.
Confront the PPP.
Ask questions. Who are the persons working in the Ministry of Health since the PPP were employed? And the evidence is there. The evidence are available to show nepotism and corruption in the PPP. The evidence is clear. It is there. But the problem is that we need to be able to expose the evidence by asking the question. I think that is where the PPP is getting away with it. And it must not also mean to rush and to expose. We may have friendly persons say to them, get the evidence, acquire the evidence. It must be an evidential approach to expose the PPP. There's no Judicial Service Commission. Why is there no Judicial Service Commission? The judges are overburdened. Every single day, we need judges in this country.
Yeah.
Everything is highly litigious society. We file a lot of matters each day. And it affects, one, the integrity of the judiciary, the people's confidence in the judiciary. Of those things. We need to do better as a society. We cannot say that we are in democracy. And these same people, ironically, love to argue, where were you, Sheriff, when they incompetent, when our democracy was written. So why are these commissions not implemented? Why are they?
That's the question. Ganesh?
Another, yes, Sherrod, listening to Darren Wade brings me also to the point of the appointment of a Chief Justice and the Chancellor of the Judiciary. Those two beautiful young ladies who have been doing an excellent job in their respective fields enjoy the confidence of the leader of the opposition, and they have been there for a number of years acting. I mean, some of the decisions we may want to say were not in our favor, and we may want to also say that perhaps we may have a bias in terms of who should be where. But at the end of the day, these two distinguished ladies serving in these capacities, there is the need for their appointment to the substantive position.
Correct.
You see, when you appoint a substantive Chief Justice and a substantive Chancellor of the Judiciary, you are giving the confidence to these people to function in their respective offices as independent office holders.
Very well.
And there is a sense of assurance when it comes to their deliberation. But when you have that acting hanging over their heads, it is like if you are telling them that if you don't swing my way, I am going to swing you out of there. And that is the approach I am sensing that is coming from the People's Progressive Party. They do not want to give the respective offices their necessary independence so that they can function and be directed by law and directed by the Constitution and not a political office. And that is the sad reality of these two ladies and their positions. Appoint a substantive Chief Justice and a substantive Chancellor of the Judiciary. You have two individuals that have been acting there for years now, and it is about time they be confirmed and let the country move forward with these offices taking their directives from the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Additionally, when it comes to the other the local government election, as we were talking about earlier, there is a whisper in the air that the 28th of November seems to be the date that the Guyana Elections Commission is working towards. But we want to make it vehemently clear that you cannot have another election in this country with that voters list.
Correct.
The list is padded, the list is bloated, the list is full with dead people and migrants, and we need
people like that,
to
people.
have a clean voters list. If you want to talk about democracy and transparency, and if you want to talk about credible elections, and you want to talk about the will of the people being reflected in their votes, then you have to start with the foundation. And the first and foremost of it all is the voters list. The voters list must be a clean voters list that reflects accurately the electors of this country and who will be participating in that election. You cannot have a country with 750 to 800,000 people, and the voters list constitutes 600 and something thousand. It is the jaundice of eyes, or the smallest of child will see that something is not right there.
Nothing irregular.
Officious people will see.
Nothing irregular. Go right ahead, Darren, as we wrap up. Go right ahead.
Two things we're wrapping up on Mike. I came in late. I'm now starting to enjoy.
You put short. You put short. We definitely have you back, Constable. We definitely going to have you back.
Yes. The first thing, I just want to concur with Mr. Mahipaul in relation to the appointment of the Honorable Madam Roxanne George as Chief Justice and the Honorable Justice Yonette Cummings as the Lord Chancellor, as our Chancellor rather. Madam Chancellor, the Chancellor. It is imperative for us to have these individuals in substances position so they be able to discharge the function without favor. We must. I think it's an embarrassment to our nation that the PPP administration are playing games with the judiciary.
Correct.
Our association, several organizations have already called for these women to be confirmed. But the PPP have a different idea. But if they believe that because there are some rumors going around, but anyhow, let me leave that alone. And let me concur with Ganesh. Secondly, the issue with the list. I am informed that there was an issue in Ghana. I read that somewhere. And they use this biometric stuff, whereby, you remember in the last election, Ganesh, we worked there. Sharon, you were there? You worked, yes, you worked as well, but you were not in. We had people, the entire of Queens, New York, Liberty Avenue, voted in our elections. That is a fact.
Yeah. And they weren't here.
Wake up from the grave.
Yeah.
Yes. People wake up from the grave and went and vote in the last.
The people like the dead.
And the evidence, and we submitted the evidence to substantiate those claims.
Correct. What transpired?
Claudette Singh herself had those evidence. Claudette, I remember saying that this is a serious matter. I remember there was some meeting that they had, and she said that this is a serious matter.
Correct, Ganesh. She wrote to the GRO, the General Registrar. She wrote to the Commissioner of Police for those persons who might have been overseas, and both of those missives came back. Yes, this claim here is substantive, and yes, these persons were overseas. Yes, these persons are dead. So don't come along, we funny.
So you see, the evidence is they were transpired. I'm going back to be more proactive again, Sharon. Because we have to deal with ourselves too sometimes. We can't only beat up the PPP, we have to deal with ourselves sometimes. That's what we need to do also. We need to be more proactive. There was an amendment.
Darren, go ahead.
There was an amendment to our laws in relation to registration of late births.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to be asking how many birth certificates or filed in a specific period. Those questions need to be asked. We could also approach Ramson. Ramson.
Ramsey Senior, Minister of Information.
Yes, so I'm saying not only Darren Wade and Roysdale Ford, there must be somebody else out there who could take up the mantle. I am prepared to do as much as I come as attorney at law. I'm usually available and so forth. But I have the issue in relation to time. There's 1 million things that I wish I can do. 1 million more. And I'm always prepared to do it. But there must be someone else out there who can ask the questions, who could put in an application. I am there, and quite frankly, not all of our people need to be lawyers. If I have a sister, because okay, I could teach you your big information, we could go through. These are guidance, and we could work it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So within ourselves, we need to pull up our socks and start working.
Indeed, Counsel. Indeed. The final word goes to Ganesh.
Well, I want to say that Darren Wade is correct in terms of his view from the outside. And I have heard it many times that there are persons who are from the outside looking in and they share that perspective. I am aware that certain questions were asked in the National Assembly with reference to the birth certificate issue. And those questions, they are supplemental questions that were submitted to the Speaker. And of course, they will come up at the next sitting or whenever it is qualified for a notice paper. But I'm not giving that as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I am simply saying that MPs, I believe, are working, but probably not to the best that one may expect. And I am not going to compare myself with any other of my MP colleagues. What I will say, however, is that I believe everybody possesses a certain degree of strength and we can milk the opportunities from those strengths. And similarly, people possess a degree of weaknesses that can present threats to whatever we're doing. So if we are going to work together as a team as we have been doing, then we need to ensure that we tap in to persons and their strengths and we can mitigate the weaknesses at the same time of others. But I do hear Comrade Darren Wade, and not only him, a number of other persons who have that opinion that there is need for more to be done. And as a member of parliament, and I know Sherrod will join with me at our next MP meeting to share that concern with our colleagues so that we can go back to the drawing table and continue to hold the feet of this government to the fire. But that does not take away, it does not take away from the fact that everybody needs to join with us and point out these anomalies, abnormalities, and irregularities, and point out confidently. If they're afraid to do it publicly, then share the information with us. Sherrod is a public figure. His telephone number is across the country. I am a public figure. Many other MPs are public figures with their numbers and so on all over the place. Get the information to us. Message us on Facebook. Drop us a WhatsApp message. Find a way to communicate with us. Visit our office. We are here to serve you. And Sherrod, you and I know from our UG days and Darren that it was Maxwell who said that a good leader is a great servant. And once we can adapt to that and understand that our position is really to be of service to the nation, then we will ensure that we do what is right. I want to close by reminding your viewers that there were 49 ballot boxes without statutory documentation.
And that's just on the East Coast.
Regional and general elections. There were a number of unsigned oaths of identity. There were missing poll books. There were dead people who were confirmed They were dead people confirmed by GRO and Claudette Singh, who had an X in the box and their names were ticked off on the official list of electors. Migrants who did not return to our country on or before the 2nd of March 2020, but their names also were ticked off on the official list of electors, signaling that they would have voted. There were a series of fraud, a series of abnormalities, irregularities, and anomalies that constituted elections 2020. The will of the people was not represented at the regional and general elections of 2020. The government that we have right now is an installed set of people, and it's a cabal that is focused on enriching themselves. They are suffering from the get-rich syndrome. They are breaking down the guardrails of our democracy, and every day thousands of people are suffering whilst a few cronies are enjoying a good life from our tax dollars. We have to stand up and stand up strong against this barbaric set of people and ensure that we fight for our children and our grandchildren. Thank you very much for having me, Sherrod Duncan.
Councillor Darren Wade and MP Ganesh Mahipaul, we all go way back to the University of Guyana. Nice having you guys on this evening. I'm happy we turned out little good. Them lecturers could feel a little proud that they waste all of the time and effort. Thanks for joining me this evening, guys.
Bless you and bless everyone else. Have a
good night, my brother.
Great. That's our program, folks. That's our time. Thanks for joining us, folks. Thanks for joining us from around the world. Thanks for joining us. And we're really grateful for Darren Wade and also Ganesh Mahipaul again, Attorney at Law Darren Wade and Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipaul for joining us. Share the live, smash the emoji button, and folks, remember to partner with us. We cannot do this good work without you folks, your generosity and your love. We can't do it without you. We got PayPal available, we got Zelle available, we got Cash App available. MMG is available as well, or MMG number 627-6963. And if you need any guidance on one of these platforms, you can WhatsApp us on that very MMG number 627-6963. We're also available via MoneyGram and via Western Union as well, folks. That's our program. That's our time. Have a great, fantastic evening. There are other programs coming up. We commend them to you. You're heading off to work. You're heading home. Be safe, guys.